Hi there, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what you can expect when a person has their moon in Pisces. Our moon sign is different from our sun sign. Our sun sign represents our most conscious, visible self-expression, whereas our moon sign represents our more private, inner emotional world. People who are merely acquaintances will likely not notice our moon sign side because this is a side of ourselves that we keep rather private, and it's a side of ourselves that we only really show to those that we are comfortable and close with. People who are merely acquaintances will likely notice our sun sign side, as this is the side of ourselves that is more visible and that is more evident when other people are dealing with us. People who are born with a moon in Pisces are people who have an innate compassionate side that is highly understanding of the human nature and of life in general. A child with a moon in Pisces will be a child that is very sensitive, but also very wise and aware. They can often seem that they're much more mature and wise for what their actual age is, but then on the other hand, they can often be plagued with emotional outbursts, and they face difficulties understanding their own emotions. A moon in Pisces is highly receptive and understanding towards the emotions of others, as well as the energies and the currents around them. However, when it comes to what they're going through themselves, they can be highly confused and unaware as to what's actually going on. Natives with the moon in Pisces have a highly deep awareness of life. Because of this reason, they come across as these highly peaceful, calm, tranquil people. Moon in Pisces people aren't really people who are consistently questioning things. They're highly accepting of what is happening around them. They're highly accepting of what's going on around them. Other moon signs might react in dramatic ways to specific situations or when certain things happen to them, whereas moon in Pisces people don't react this way because they have a very deep sense of understanding as to why these things are happening. Their sense of intuition is so strong that they do not really need to question why things are going a certain way in their lives, why certain people are acting a certain way. Their intuition tells them exactly why. This is why a person with a moon in Pisces finds it very easy to just go with the flow of life. They just let things happen. They take each moment as it comes and they deal with it as they're faced with it. Most moon in Pisces natives can come across as so relaxed and so easygoing. The reason why these moon in Pisces natives come across as so relaxed and so easygoing is because they pretty much do have this attitude when it comes to life. They know that their life is in the hands of the universe. They know that things will play out exactly as it should, and they do not force things. They do not push things. A moon in Pisces person has a deep sense of knowing. They know that things are going to play out exactly as it should. There's not much they can really do to change how things are going to play out in the end. They do not live their life in a great deal of resistance, such as what many other moon signs do, because a moon in a Pisces accepts the truth that things will happen as they should and the universe unfolds exactly as it's meant to. Being in resistance to how the universe needs to unfold and being in resistance to how things are meant to be is only going to cause suffering to themselves. This is why moon in Pisces people know that there's no point in resisting anything really, and they just allow things to kind of flow. They just allow things to happen. They know that at the end of the day they're going to be and they're going to end up exactly where they need to be. Pisces is the sign of spirituality. It's the sign of other dimensions, the afterlife. Pisces represents all those things that we cannot really comprehend with our physical senses, with our physical minds. Pisces is all about what goes on beyond what we're actually able to comprehend as mere mortal humans. Pisces represents the soul and the spiritual realm. Those who have the moon in Pisces live their life in a sense where they're somewhat intertwined between our physical dimension and the spiritual realm. Moon in Pisces people aren't entirely ingrained in our physical dimension, such as what many other people are, and a part of them is connected to the spiritual realm. Because of this reason, many Moon in Pisces people struggle to actually function and operate in this physical material plane that we're in right now. They have a very high sense of awareness of a lot of things. They know a lot about the human soul. They know a lot about the meaning of life. They know a lot about spirituality, about religion. But the thing is, it can be really, really difficult for them to intertwine and implement their knowledge that they have about these things into this physical reality. So many of them come across as these very, very strange, weird, almost incomprehensible people that tend to think about all these strange things that other people don't really think about. Moon in Pisces people seem to have awareness about certain things that other people aren't aware of. This awareness that they have literally comes from them being connected with the spiritual realm and them literally receiving insights, advice, and guidance from external entities that exist within the spiritual realm. Moon in Pisces people have this ability to literally communicate with these entities without even knowing it. So they will literally download information from the spiritual realm and not even know that they've downloaded this information. Then they'll have this awareness and this thought in their mind about this information that they've downloaded. But to them, it seems totally crazy. To them, it seems totally taboo, and they do not express it to anyone else, because if anyone else hears what they have to say, they'll also likely think they're crazy. Whenever you speak to a person who has a moon in Pisces, they've got some really, really out there ideas, concepts, and stories. This is because part of them does not exist here. Part of them is literally existing within the spiritual realm simultaneously while existing within the physical realm. Moon in Pisces people have the strongest connection to the spiritual realm out of all the moon signs for this reason. Many mediums and psychics and clairvoyants will have their moon in Pisces because, like I said, these people have this natural connection to higher dimensions. You see, there's 3 ways that you can really experience life. The first way is merely through the physical and the material realm. People experience life this way, do not really have any awareness of spirit, of their soul, and they merely put importance on that which is physical and material in their existence. The second type of existence is one where you do not really have much awareness of the material and the physical realm, and you're more aware of spirit, you're more aware of the soul. This is an existence where you live your life based on where your soul is guiding you, and you do not become attached to the physical realm that you're in. The third type of existence is an existence where there's a blend of both of these, where you're able to live within the physical realm and have awareness of this, but also where you have awareness of spirits as well. Moon in Pisces people are people who live their life totally in the spiritual dimension. They do not have their feet grounded in the physical dimension whatsoever. It's difficult for them to comprehend the physical dimension and the material world because they solely experience their existence through spirit. Because Moon in Pisces people experience their existence through their soul, through spirit, and they have very, very little connection with the material realm, they can come across as these highly, highly dreamy, lost, confused people to others. It can seem that they're permanently living in a dream world. Because it's so difficult for Moon in Pisces to exist within this dimension, they're continuously kind of coming up with dreams and fantasies and idealistic lives in their minds. Because existing within this physical realm and this physical dimension is so tricky for a Moon in Pisces, they're consistently coming up with all these dreams and fantasies in their mind to kind of dull out the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation, which is that they struggle to comprehend physical form. They struggle to comprehend physical structure. You will notice that Pisces Sun and Pisces Moon people really struggle to follow rules, and they really struggle to follow a specific structure that has been outlined for them to follow. If you tell a Moon in Pisces, here's the line you need to walk in, they will consistently walk outside that line. The reason for this is because to them, comprehending that rule, comprehending that structure is very, very tricky. So to give you all an analogy, trying to get a person who has a Moon in Pisces to follow some kind of structure or guideline or set of rules that has been laid out to them is almost like asking a person who is colorblind and who is unable to see the color blue to make you a collage of all the different shades of blue. The person who is colorblind will find this specific task that you have put out to them literally impossible, because they literally do not have the ability to comprehend the color blue and the different shades of it. This is basically how Moon in Pisces people experience life. It's very difficult for them to comprehend structures and rules that are laid out to them in life, because their sense of awareness is not so deeply ingrained in reality and the physical realm, but it is more ingrained in the spiritual realm and with spirits. In the spiritual realm, there aren't really structures, there aren't really rules. These are all things that belong to the physical and the material realm. A person who has their Moon in Pisces is close to the end of their soul's journey. What I mean by this is probably one of the last times that their soul will incarnate. This means that the native has to familiarize themselves with the energies of the spiritual realm within this lifetime so that their soul can exist purely within the spiritual realm eventually once they transcend. Because of this reason, Moon in Pisces people are highly spiritually aware people, but they're busy distancing themselves further and further away from material reality. Pisces Moon people can be highly emotionally sensitive people. And the reason for this is, like I said, because they struggle to exist within this physical reality. Certain situations and certain things that they will be faced with within this material reality is overwhelming for their soul. Their soul struggles to comprehend and to process and to deal with certain experiences within this world. That is why a Pisces Moon person becomes incredibly emotionally overwhelmed in certain situations. When they do not have the awareness to comprehend certain things, they become entirely overwhelmed, and others can view them as highly emotional, sensitive, and unstable people due to this. A lot of the times people will say that you can't really rely on a Pisces Moon person for certain things, because the moment they're faced with a specific scenario or a specific situation, they break down. It's kind of like a catch-22 with a Pisces Moon. They have this highly go with the flow, cool, calm, and detached kind of vibe to them, where if you see them, they don't seem entirely present whatsoever, and it seems like they're literally existing in their own little world. But then on the other hand, they can be this highly sensitive, reactional person who you might say something wrong to, and they become super sensitive, and they close themselves off from you for days on end, and they do not even talk to you. It can be kind of confusing to deal with Moon in Pisces person, because like I said, one side of them is highly detached, but then another side of them is highly emotionally reactive. Pisces Sun and Moon in Pisces people are true escapists at heart. When they do not know how to deal with a specific situation that they are faced with within this physical reality, they try and escape that situation. You'll notice that Pisces Sun and Moon in Pisces people will literally just run away and ignore you when things get rough. I've known Pisces Sun and Moon in Pisces people who will go and lock themselves in their room for days on end, because they do not want to deal with people, or they do not want to deal with certain situations in their life. It is a very common thing for these people to seclude themselves and to shut themselves off from everything and everyone when they become overwhelmed. It's also very difficult to get them out of this space. Even if you approach them and you say to them, hey, I'm sorry that I did this, or hey, let me help you feel better, they will keep ignoring you. They'll keep shutting themselves off from you. They'll keep isolating themselves. There's literally no way to get through to a moon in Pisces and a Pisces sun when they're in this space. They kind of just have to get through it themselves. And once they've processed their feelings and they're in a better space, they'll come back to a sense of reality again. What happens when these moon in Pisces people escape into this kind of space where they're not dealing with anyone or anything, they go into their own little reality. They go into their own little existence and dream world. Because dealing with the actual reality around them, the physical reality around them, is too much. They can't handle this. So they want to kind of get away from this and just kind of exist within their own mind, in their own little dream world, the way they want to, without pressures and demands from the external world. The only way they can do this is to literally shut themselves off from everything and everyone. Another way that it can also go with the moon in Pisces is this person can try really, really hard to keep some kind of structure and some kind of organization in their life. Often a moon in Pisces can become obsessed with maintaining organization and structure in their life because it's the only way that they feel that they have some kind of grip on reality. Often when this happens with the moon in Pisces, when they're not trying to have this obsessive control over their life and trying to organize their life, they feel that they have no control over everything. They feel that they kind of slip out of reality entirely. So that is why with the moon in Pisces, it can go either way. They can either be a person who never ever wants to deal with responsibilities and they hate dealing with these things, or they can be obsessed with their responsibilities because it gives them a sense of being in reality. Very often, when a person has a moon in Pisces and they have Earth in their chart as well, this will happen. They'll kind of be obsessed with trying to have some kind of grip on reality in their life. But very often when they lack Earth in their natal chart, they'll be the kind of moon in Pisces who is a little bit more relaxed and who kind of avoids their responsibilities. But also with Pisces, both can also happen. Sometimes they can be these highly, highly organized, structured people, but then it can also become too overwhelming for them, keeping up this structure. So then they just basically give up on that and they just kind of live in the moment and enjoy their lives. Very often, a moon in Pisces person can be both a irrational, loose-headed person who lives in the moment, as well as a highly, highly responsible, well-structured person. Because Pisces is a dual sign, and because Pisces is the sign of illusions, moon in Pisces people often have the ability to pretty much be anything they want. They can appear to be anything they want to appear to be to you. So if they want to appear to be this highly logical, hardworking, responsible person, they will appear that way. If they want to appear to be this person who's more carefree and happy, they will appear that way. A moon in Pisces person literally has the ability to put on any face that they want to put on so that they can appear any way that they want to appear to you. If a moon in Pisces knows that they have to say this and they have to do this for you to be happy with them, they can do it. If a moon in Pisces knows that in order for them to benefit from a specific situation or from a specific scenario, they need to do this, they will do it. Very often, moon in Pisces people have this sense of awareness of what is expected within the physical reality and they put on that face. Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. Pisces basically represents an accumulation of all the traits and qualities of all the 11 signs that come before it. What this basically means is that people who have Pisces placements, especially Sun, Rising, and Moon in Pisces people, these are people who are able to tap into the energy of specific zodiac signs so that they can get the most of a specific situation that they're in. If a Moon in Pisces has to be professional, they can put on that mask. If a moon in Pisces has to be cold and hard, they can put on that mask. If a moon in Pisces has to be loving and affectionate, they can put on that mask. Any mask that they have to put on in order to get the most out of any kind of situation that they might be in, they will do that. Now the thing is, this might sound utterly pretentious, but it's not. The reason that Moon in Pisces people behave this way is because their only option for surviving within this material and physical reality is to play along with the material and physical reality. But because it's so difficult for them to actually do this, because they are mainly spirits and they experience life mainly through the spirits, it's like they're acting when they have to do this. It does not come from an authentic space within them because it is not their authentic self. They are acting a specific way. They are acting to be that way. They cannot be that way naturally because it's not who they are. But the Moon in Pisces will eventually at some point in their life realize that the only way for them to survive within this material reality is to play along with the games of this material reality. It's to do what is expected of them and is to show people what they want to see within the material reality. If people cannot see deeper than that, then that's what they're going to show them. Moon in Pisces people are highly, highly aware of the emotional needs of other people. But the reason for this is because Moon in Pisces people are actually connected to the souls of other people. Instead of looking at another person and seeing this physical human being in front of them, they look at other people and they see the person's soul. They see what this person's soul needs. They see what this person's soul needs to truly thrive and be happy. Because the Moon in Pisces is able to connect with your soul, they're able to connect with your most deepest emotional needs that you do have. For this reason, Moon in Pisces people are some of the most receptive and understanding people out there. But it's merely because they actually connect with your soul and they see what your soul needs. There's no other moon placement that has an ability to actually do this. This is why Moon in Pisces people are some of the most compassionate and sensitive people out there. Moon in Pisces people have the ability to be some of the most profound healers out there, but it's very, very important for them to first heal themselves and to first figure out how they can exist within this world in a stable, balanced way. Once the Moon in Pisces has figured this out, then they can extend themselves and truly, truly heal and improve the world around them. But it's very, very difficult for them to actually achieve this when they do not know how to behave and operate in a balanced way within this world. When they do reach that balance, they can truly change the lives of other people for the better. When you're with the person who has a Moon in Pisces, it can almost feel like you're in the presence of this mystical person. A Moon in Pisces person does not seem like everybody else. A Moon in Pisces person is highly different. And when you're around them, you can feel this mystical aura that they exude. It is highly important for a Moon in Pisces to learn a sense of balance between the physical and the spiritual world within their lifetime. Because if they do not, they can end up really, really destroying themselves. If they do not figure out a healthy way to manage their hyper awareness of the human emotion, this can be their downfall. This can truly destroy them. They can end up with addictive behaviors. They can end up in toxic relationships and they can become self-destructive if they do not learn how to manage this receptivity to the emotional world. In relationships, Moon in Pisces people can come across as very, very clingy and very needy. When a Moon in Pisces person finds a person that they're able to connect with within this physical world, which is a very, very rare thing to them, they really want to hold on to this person. When they find a person who understands them for who they are, even though they have all their weird and wonderful ways, they really, really admire and appreciate this person. Because Moon in Pisces people are so highly understanding of human emotions, if they do not figure out healthy ways to manage their receptivity to human emotions, they can fall victim to highly, highly toxic people. Because a Moon in Pisces person is so sensitive and they do not really judge people, they will literally allow anyone into their lives and they will open themselves up and be there for anyone, even if a person has negative intentions and evil motivations. A Moon in Pisces person is so sensitive and caring because they're so aware of what every single soul out there needs. But the problem is, not every single soul has the decency to not take advantage of what the moon in Pisces will offer. So this is my video on the moon in Pisces. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Are you a moon in Pisces and can you relate to what I've said? Do you know anyone who has their moon in Pisces who has traits similar to what I've explained? Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see some more astrology and spirituality videos, and check out the link to my Patreon below if you'd like to support this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.